YouTube, what it is? It's your boy Young, and I'm back with another video, man. Y'all already know, it is what it is. But I had a couple people ask me in the comments, man, to do a video on what it's like starting with JB Hunt, what I went through starting with JB Hunt. And today, yeah, man, today, I'm going to give it to you like it is. I'm going to tell you what it was like starting with JB Hunt as an independent contractor, as an owner-operator, coming into the IC division. I'm going to give it to you like it is. I'm also going to show you today what I'm doing. Look like I'm going to Austell Rail to pick up a load to take to McDonough, Georgia, to the Home Depot. Hey, y'all asked me for it. You asked me for a video letting you know what it was like starting out with JB Hunt. Now, I see a lot of people be dropping in the comments asking me questions about JB Hunt. Now, I don't get paid. I'm not an ambassador for JB Hunt. I'm just out here grinding. I'm out here finding what works for me, and I'm grinding with my own truck, man. That's all I'm doing. So, hey, take my information and do your own research, do your own homework, and get out here and make it happen. But you asked, so I'm going to give it to you. If you're new to the channel, all I ask that you do is like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment down below and tell your boy what up. If you're old to the channel, y'all already know what it is, man. What's happening, man? Let's get in the win. Let's make it do what we gonna do today. We gonna stay positive. We gonna stay 10 toes down. We know it's rough. We know it's rough out here. But guess what? We still getting up every single day because another day, another opportunity. If a door closed, we gonna kick that bad boy down. Let's go. Hey, one thing anybody know, we local in ATL, man. So if you're thinking about being local, one thing you gotta get comfortable with is the ATL traffic. It's always traffic, no matter what time of the day. Now, sometimes you can time it and it'll be cool, but most of the time, it's always traffic, driver. Always doggone traffic, man. Most of the time, I just get off the highway and find me an alternate route. Like, once you start being local, you can find out different ways in and out that you can get to where you're trying to go. And it's all about, timing, man. That's what I would say with traffic in Georgia. It's all about timing. Sometimes you can go straight through, and sometimes it just be backed up, man. And most of the time, it's backed up. But like I said, you just gotta find, ways around the traffic. So I just got off the highway. I'm on the side road. I'm gonna take Barrett Parkway all the way down. If you in ATL and you on this side of the north side, you know how to get to the rail. We're gonna take this road, Barrett Parkway, straight out, and we gonna bust a right, and we gonna bust another right, and we'll be going to the rail, man. Just like that. Y'all, look at here. Look who I done ran into now. Another JB Hunt. Boy, you know something. You know something. He on the back way, boy, you know something. Now, see, I ain't the only one that thinks smart. Work smart, not hard. We gonna get there. Man, we made it to the rail yard. Let me show y'all where it all started. I remember when I was in the same exact spot. I was in the same exact spot, not knowing how to get into the rail yard, not knowing how to maneuver around the app, not knowing anything, man. I was sitting in the same exact spot, and I remember calling in, asking them, man, what am I gonna do? Y'all just throw me out here. I don't know. The first thing first, I need to get in here and try to get the load. I ain't know nothing. So I told Kerry, I said, when I learn this system, I'll be one of the best drivers you have. And I can bet you on that. So I was in the same spot, guys, right here. All right. So loud out there. But I was in the same spot right here, man, confused as a fool. Confused, man. And I used to, man, I remember, man, it took so long to get in and out of the rail yard because you have to use the app. You buy a tail lane. Of course, you do everything on your app. The Norfolk Southern app, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, man. Yeah, so you do everything in the app. You had to set up the app, you had to set up your passcode and everything. But man, it took me a lot, when I first started to get in and out this rail yard, to get in and out each and every rail yard. I pretty much was thrown to the wolves. I went in for, I think it was like a day of, you had orientation where you met at the Forest Park terminal They do the dimensions on your truck, you know, put your decals on, put your tablet in, and all that kind of stuff, man. That went pretty smooth. But I remember the next Monday I had to go to Lithia Springs terminal to meet with whoever part of the IC program, and they didn't show up that day. I remember going downstairs to see a guy named Billy, and Billy tried to walk me through, you know, about the pay and all this, and it was so rushed because he said that's normally what he didn't do, but he tried it. He helped me out the best way he could, so I definitely appreciate Billy for that. Cool dude, cool man, smooth dude, man, cool dude. But when I first started, I was thrown to the wolves, man. I really had to wing this thing. I really had to learn it on my own. I had to get out and converse with drivers to learn different things, how to maneuver through this. But once you get it, driver, it becomes like second nature. Each rail yard, this rail yard, Allstate rail yard is sectioned off into sections A, B, C, D. Row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what I'm saying? Once you learn that, once you put all your information in the app, it'll tell you exactly where your load at. And once you learn the rail yard, you go straight to it. It becomes second nature. But like I said, man, I really had to wing it. Like, I really had to learn all this stuff on my own. So starting out, it was rough. It was rough, super rough. But I didn't give up. I knew once I learned it, I'd be a bad mother. You know what? But yeah, let's go in here. We about to enter the rail yard right now, and then we gonna pick up our load, and we gonna head to McDonough, Georgia, at the Home Depot. Let's go, man. Give you a QR code. You know, you type it in saying you bobtailing in, and this thing right here, you just want to scan it. And I try not to let my phone touch that thing because drivers, their hands be filthy as I don't know what. I try not to let my phone touch it or any of that. So, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna process me, and it's gonna open the gate, and I'm able to go through. And I found my box. Sometimes if it's not in a section, it be on the track. That means the crane just you know, took the box off the train and put it on a chassis. So you gotta come to the find it. So my box was along the track side. So right now I'm just making sure I secure my my box to my chassis. You know, making sure that's done. Making sure my pins are locked. You know, my seal intact. Dragging behind. I had to work it, but I got it locked. You know, you see it's going straight across. I mean, that pin is locked. Ha, boys. So yeah, picking up my load, man. Getting ready to go to McDonough. Want to drop it off at Home Depot. If you watch my other video, you know I always got to lay eyes on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go down below and watch my video talking about how I almost dropped it. Make sure that locking jaw is around that kingpin, man. God, dog. I don't know what load this is, but that joint got extra security. It's like a Home Depot seal, though. So that's what I mean when I say along the track. You know what I mean? So I had to see how all these containers is, you know, side by side, so I had to come in here at an angle. You know, I had to put them driving skills, you know, to use. But yeah, let's make sure we got our paperwork. We already hooked up. We checked the pin. Let's see if a driver left our paperwork. You know what I'm saying? Whoever it was, I appreciate that. Not only did they leave the paperwork, they put a paper clip on that thing. That's what I'm talking about. A+ driver. I give you an A+. I appreciate that. We gonna send our loaded car, and we going to get out of the rail yard and head up there to McDonald's. So I made it to Home Depot. I'm dropping the load, and that's it for this load, man. We supposed to pick up an empty out of here and take it with us, but they don't have any empty, so we going to go look around and see if we can find an empty. That's another experience that you're gonna face over here doing this. Sometimes you just gotta ride around and look for an empty, man. And it can be sometimes frustrating because you waste a lot of time doing it. You waste a lot of time looking for an empty, but it is what it is, dog. Just gotta make it happen. So we will go to another location and see if we can find us an empty, and we're gonna head back towards Austell. But coming on to IC over here at JB Hunt, man, on the intermodal part. I mean, you get out what you put in. Everything, you know, it has its pros and cons, but you can make some money. You know, everybody know it's rough right now for where we at in the market, but what works for you works for you. It might not work for nobody else, so never allow somebody to detour you from what you want to do. You know, they saying, I get all the time people saying you can make more money. You can make more money. Like, you know, as an owner operator, yeah, I can make more money. But guess what? I can make more money, but I'm gonna miss out on time with my important moments of my kids' lives, my boys' life, like basketball games and extracurricular activity. Able to make it home and have done with my boys, or able to make it home during daylight and be able to go outside and play soccer or something with my boys. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing out on that. I can always get more money, but I never get that time back. You see what I'm saying? So with me, I make money. Like I'm a natural hustler. You know what I mean? I can make the money, and I make money in trucking. Like my first 2 years as an owner op, like I made good money. Dang on good money, man. But at the same time, I pride myself in work-life balance. I want to make the money, but I also want to get to the house. And in trucking, you really can't get the best of both worlds. So, but what I'm doing over here at JB Hunt allowing me to make good money when the market is up, when the loads are available, because I go to work every single day. But it also allowed me to be able to take off when I want to be able to be home with my kids, to be able to, sleep in my own bed and not in the truck. You know what I mean? So, in all actuality, you only need a day cab to do this local JB Hunt intermodal. That's all you need. You don't need a big truck. So, I may stretch out a little bit and go regional and still be back this year if the loads pick up. But don't allow the naysayers, man, to detour you from what your plans is, because your plans ain't their plans and their plans ain't your plans. You see what I'm saying? Stay positive and stay motivated, man, and do what's best for you. Get out here and make it happen. You can do it. I did it. I started out from nothing, man. I started from nothing, from scratch. All just taking a risk, going to get a truck. Been through HELL and back with this truck. But guess what? I don't give up. I invest in myself. I take risks. And guess what? I win some, I lose some. And I live to fight another day. You feel me? You will eventually find spots that that they keep a little bit of empties, man. A couple spots. Once you get familiar with what you're doing, you'll know what customs normally have empties, man. I think I hit the jackpot right here, man. Yep. All these doors open, so I'm gonna back up to me an empty, man. And We're gonna get out of here. We can walk back here and make sure this thing empty now. Make sure we lay eyes on that inside, because sometimes, you know, certain places have the doors open, but they still have freight in the back. That joker empty. Let's see how many empty JB Hunts. That joker empty. That joker empty. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm ever in this area, I know that, okay, this is one of my spots on my list that I'm gonna, you know, keep in mind when I need to look for an empty. But yeah, I know I said that I work every single day, but I want to clear that up. Monday through Friday, driver. I don't like working on weekends. Now, if I gotta grind on the weekend, I gotta work on the weekend because I got goals, I got something I want to match for the month, for my monthly quota, then, you know, I'm gonna make it happen. It is what it is. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna get in the win. All right, man. So before I get up out of here today, get that out. Before I get up out of here today, man, I just want to encourage you, if you are deciding to bring your talents to JB Hunt because you want to go out there and get your own truck, I'm going to tell you, man, there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There could be a lot of people in the comments saying, run from JB Hunt, don't go to JB Hunt. But if you listen to me, if you drop down below and go to any of my videos, one thing about me, I always stand on what I believe in, stand on what I do. Because like I said, what works for me ain't gonna work for the next person, and what works for the next person ain't gonna work for me. For me, this worked for me. You see what I'm saying? Like, this really worked for me. For everything that I got going on in my life, for everything that I'm trying to accomplish in my life, work-life balance, able to make a bag and get off work and still have daylight some days. Don't get me wrong. It be long days, it be long nights. Don't get me wrong about that. It do. But for the most part, I'm able to dictate how I pretty much run my day. I'm able to get out here and grind and hustle and bustle and try to make it happen for my boys at the house. Never lose sight of what your end goals is. Never be detoured on what you believe in and what you stand for and what you're trying to do with your life. A lot of people want to be super truckers. A lot of people want to run far. A lot of people want to be OTR. I did an OTR. I ran from Savannah, Ohio, from Miami to New York. Like, I did that to be able to make some money and get home and live life pretty much how I want to live life this far in my life. Can things be better? Yeah, of course they can. Could you make more money? Yeah, of course you can. But just keep in mind, it's all about what you put in it, and it's all about what you want out of it. You want to go get you a truck, man, go get you a truck. I started with that company right there. You know what I'm saying? But I knew if I could have done it for that company, I could have done it for myself. I'm a prime example of making it happen. I'm a prime example of taking risks and going to just do what it do, making it happen. You go fail, but you learn from it. You wake up the next day and try to be better. That's it. If you ever want to be encouraged, man, just swing by the page. Drop down in the comments. I'm going to push you to be the better version of yourself. Motivate, inspire, uplift. That's what we're going to do. I appreciate you for stopping by the channel. This your boy Young. Yeah, you already know. It is what it is. I'm signing out. Young!